guys, and welcome to our Japanese garden escape. I'm Teresa, and today we will be pruning more Japanese maples. We are starting with this one right here. This is a maple we've planted a few years ago, and it was about half the size of what you can see. So it has grown really big. The position here is it has about half the day sun, full sun, and then for the rest of half the day it has shade. So it really likes that position. The soil we have here is, as always, our loam type of soil, and the type of maple falls under the name full moon maple, or just Japanese maple. So you see the leaves are green, and in autumn they turn normally into like a yellow orangey color. The tools I'm going to be using today are again my secateurs, which you may know from other videos, and also in case I'm taking off any bigger branches, I do have this hand saw, which really comes in handy. Okay, in the first step I will have a look at the overall picture of the maple, because I always try to work with the structure of the branches and not against it. So that means I will not try to squeeze out a shape that this tree or the branch structure of this tree cannot support. So let's have a look. What is interesting for me here with this maple is that looking over here, you can see there's not a lot of branch structure in the middle of the tree. So we have a very good branch structure, generally speaking, but all branches are like growing apart like that. So we have like a hole in the middle of the tree. Now, this is nothing I can change, but we will try to balance that a little bit. And also the height of the maple, we're gonna be leaving pretty much as it is. So it could even grow maybe for one more year, so a little bit higher. But especially here along the pathway, you see those branches here, they're really growing too much into the pathway. So I will be working on those to shorten them. And also, what is always very nice with Japanese maples, and what we always try to do, is to reveal some of the branch structure of the tree. So this is why we're gonna be removing some of these lower branches, because looking at the tree as it is, you actually cannot really see any of the branch structure. First, on that tree, I will start at the bottom actually. And I will start to reveal some of the branch structure. So I will take out, these branches are growing very low. You see they almost touch the bottom here. So I do not really want them there, and I don't need them. So I will start to take those off first. When cutting maples, and I will show you that on some other cuts later, you can see better. It's always important to have a clean cut to make sure the tree doesn't get any diseases. Okay, I'll just put the branch here. I'll step back and have a look. Good. So this has changed the picture down here, but I still cannot see it from the position where you are. So what we're doing next is, let's have a look at what branches we have down here. Okay, we have this one here. That's like a medium-sized branch for that tree, but that one grows really into the pathway. And considering the sides from which we are seeing this maple, this one kind of hides the branch structure a little bit. So I will take this branch out. Okay. Good. Now let's see what that changed. Okay, so that looks better. So the bottom bit of the tree, you can see, is starting to open up a bit. So the top, this is the growth here that can stay. We'll just shorten it. But here there's still way too much going on. Let's have a look at the next branch. So I'm considering taking this entire branch out. And what I usually do if I want to check that, I will, if possible, just grab it and bend it away as far as possible, so that I can see more of the tree, so I can see how it would look, or kind of how it would look if that branch wasn't here. And if you see here, it does make a difference as opposed to this. So what I will do, I will take this one out for now at that point here. You can see that. For now at this point here, and once I've done that, we will see what we do with the rest of those branches. So I'm just taking it out here. So you see there's this ring you can see here where the branch starts to grow out from the main branch, and it's always important with Japanese maples you do a cut just above this ring and do a clean cut along this ring, so to say. And for this one, this is a bit thicker, I will actually use the saw for this one. I will go in like so, because my secateurs won't go through this one. So when sawing it, I always hold the branch I'm sawing off. Oops, there's just a small one. So that it doesn't break off. And then as you get deeper, you can bend it away a little bit, but don't snap it until it's all the way through. So I'm still supporting the weight of this, and you see here this gives a relatively clean cut. You can use wound paste on these cuts. I have actually never used them for Japanese maples, and they have always turned out to be really fine with that. Okay, let's step back again and have a look how this looks. Okay, that's a lot better, and you can see the structure here at the bottom, the branch structure, and the trunk is starting to reveal itself. Good. I always try to stand and, you know, take it in to the side, because a branch can always be cut also later on. So if I'm not sure about a branch, I would rather leave it for maybe a week or a few weeks, or maybe until next year, before I actually cut it off. Now I will start working on these branches here. So you can see they start to build pads, and this is what we kind of want to achieve with Japanese maples. Maples grow that naturally, but it depends on the type of the maple. But these branches, they are a little bit too long, and what I will do here, I will start to shorten them. And for this I will just use the secateurs, and I will start with this one over there, because you see, looking at the overall tree and the shape we want to keep, this one is just growing a bit out of proportion. We'll do this one here, so to create one pad shape like this. Then that one we keep a bit longer, see how that looks. And this one here, this one could even go back a little bit more. So I'll cut that one here, like so. Okay, so that looks better. So we've shortened the size of this pad. Right, then let's have a look at the next one. This one is kind of growing on top of it. So this one also, these branches are too long. So here I will do the same. I will just shorten them, and here I will stay back a little bit. So back looking at this one, so this pad should, if it all, go to here. This means I will take out this one here. I will shorten this one. Then this one here I will shorten back there. So these are all the cuts where I just take out the middle branch. This one here I'm gonna shorten here. And this one I'm gonna shorten back there actually. Okay, that looks better. Okay, then last one is this one down here. And here we have one that grows down, a small one, we don't need that. And this one, yeah, I'll just shorten here, like so. Good, then I will step back and have a look. Next, I will move on to this one, and I will go around here. So. Okay, so this one here has a quite nice natural pad shape, and I will just shorten these longer ones a little bit. That's really all I'm doing on this for this year. One more here. Then this is one that is actually growing up, is kind of dominant, so I'm taking this one out to create a bit more air in there. And this one I'm going to shorten here. This one I'll shorten there. On this branch, this one I'm happy with for now. What I will just do, you see, here we have those two that grow up, and I will take them out. So this one I will take out here. It's better. And then this one here, Here we have a part that is growing up and the other part is actually forming the pad. So I will just take out the upwards growing one. Like that. Next we're going to have a look at those bottom branches here at that end. So here also you can see they're growing way into the pathway, and also on that side they are covering over the boxwoods we got there. So what I will do, I will take out this big branch here. You see, if I bend that down, you can see it opens up this entire area and gives also the boxwood more light. Okay, let's step back and see how that looks. Yes, that's a lot better. In here we have one branch. Maybe you want to come a bit closer to show. That, you see this one here, that one, that if I walk past or look into the tree, because there's no branch structure right here, it kind of hides everything down here and it grows in the tree. Over time this one will not get enough light anyway, so I will cut this one off. This is a thin branch I can cut with the secateurs. Also here you see this ring where this branch starts to grow out, and I'm cutting, I do a clean cut right along this, like so. So let's take this out. This looks a lot better. This one here we don't need, that grows into the tree. And these smaller ones, you see little branches like those that grow into the tree, they typically come out every year actually along the older wood. And the ones we don't need, I always take those off, so there's no waste of energy from the tree growing these little branches. I also, when moving in maple trees, I'm always very careful because maple branches really are brittle. And it happened to me that just by moving around and cutting like I do here, I actually broke branches. So I'm always very careful with Japanese maples. Let's go around here. Okay. So here we have, first of all, this one here. Okay, so this is kind of a pad forming one. That's a drooping one, so I'm gonna cut that off. Make some space here, and then I will shorten those to here for now. This one here, and that one is kind of, you see, it grows out of the pad and already up as well, but I will not want a branch growing out this way, so I will take this one out completely. Then doing a clean cut. And then we have this last one here, which I will just shorten to here for, no, one more. No, actually I'm taking it out. And the reason for that is, because if you look at the pad, again, we want the branches to grow out and kind of flatten out or curve a little bit. But you see this one clearly grows up or has the tendency to grow up, and this is why I'm taking this out, because shortening this will not change that. Then let's continue with those branches here. So here in this area you see, you can identify kind of a pad, but it looks a bit messy, so there's like too much going on. So that means some of the branches here will have to go, and I'm just looking at what we're seeing here. So we have this one here as a separate branch growing out from the main trunk, and then we have this one here. So I will take this one out because it's growing up. So I will take this one, or shorten this one actually just here. Okay, don't need that one growing there. Good. Then let's shorten this one here. And this one here, and then I will actually, so the thicker one I just shortened, I will actually take this one out. Shorten it all the way back there. Okay. So you see that creates a bit more lightweight here. Okay, so the last steps on this maple I will do is just shorten these branches that grow out too much from the pads a little bit. And if you look around on this side looks actually quite all right for this year at least. So I'm just going to do the last few steps here. So again here, most of the branches I'm just shortening, which means I'm taking out the main branch in the middle of the other two leaves to keep it compact. And up here, take it back to here actually. And this one here, that one here, and here, and this one will do here. And have a look at this. The seeds are starting to form. Look here. Every year our maples have so many seeds, and we have in the year after, then we have always many small maples growing underneath the big maples. So then let's have a last look, stepping back. That one is too long. Okay, that's better. Good. Now I'm happy. Okay. The second maple I want to show you today should be a way quicker one. This one is right here. I'll walk around. This one is also a Japanese maple. It has a very nice branch structure, so this is why pruning this one is actually relatively easy. And also here, first I will just have a look, stepping back again. And the first thing we're going to prune away is, as you can see, are all these long branches that grow here. So some maples do get these really long branches growing out. On grafted maples, sometimes you can actually see that these long branches growing out have a different leaf type on there because they're growing out from the root the maple was grafted onto. This one is not a grafted one, so these are the same leaves as the actual maple has. But obviously, if we let them grow, this would bring this tree completely out of shape. So here I will shorten the branches like I did with the other one. So you see I will do a cut here. So cut the main branch off in between the two side shoots, like so. The next long one is this one here that is clearly out of place. You can see this one here grows really down, so I'm going to take this out completely, like so. Then this one here is growing out too much, so I will shorten this one. On this type of maple and the way it grows, I actually do mainly shortening of the branches, so taking out the middle bit and leaving the side bits or just above those side bits, which I normally don't prefer doing if it can be avoided. But on this one here, with the way it grows, it works actually quite well. Good. Then moving up, this one here also is too long. I'm going to cut that here. And it grows up, and this maple we don't really want to grow any taller, so the basic shape you can see, this is just fine. So we try to keep it in that shape. Then I will move around to this side. This type of maple tends to have quite long distances, you see, between the next or between two leaf pairs, you can see here, compared to the other maple we just pruned. So this one, if I cut this one here, it feels that this is still growing out too much. So I will take this one off completely down here. And then, this is better, those I'll leave for now. I may take them off later, we will see. This one is the next long one. I trimmed it at the first leaf pair, and the same I do with this one here. So it keeps it, you see, compact. This is what I want to achieve here. Then we have that one that grows really straight down. This one I'm also going to take off right at the base. That one grows up too much. Shortening that also at the first leaf pair. And then let me step back. I have this one. Okay, first I'm going to remove this one here. So okay, this broke off, you see. It happens sometimes with maples, but to be honest, I was going to remove this one anyway. Here we have some dried leaves. And then we have this one, and this one I do not need, because here again the distance between the, in that case, the branch and the main branch and the leaf pair is way too much, so this creates too much of a hole here. Pruning this tree is pretty much done, and the last thing I want to do on this one is actually take off this entire bottom branch, because first it grows way too long. If I shorten it, it will just keep hiding too much of the branch structure. So again here, if I bend it down as much as I can without snapping it, you see it would open up all this space underneath the tree. And also this branch, as you can see here, naturally has the tendency to grow down anyway, downward. So this is why I have decided to remove this one completely. And I'm gonna do this with my saw. Here we go. That looks a lot better. So you see now it has opened up really this entire part and has like lifted the shape of the tree up. And I'm really happy with the results. I had another look around a couple of times actually and snipped another few little branches off here and there. But yeah, that looks really good. So okay, that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!